Hello, everyone. I am Steve,
I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings, a broadcasting live from Apple Valley, California. We are the Science and Technology channel. We are not experts.
Far from it. Most of the stuff
We're
that
not.
most of the stuff that we talk about, I'm hearing about it for the first time. So,
And we just relay stories, articles.
If you haven't been able to pick that up from the way I talk or the way I read these scripts, then I'm sorry, but yeah, just letting you down easy.
We've been notified that we're dumb.
Yeah,
and well, it's true. We find it fascinating, but we're not the experts. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get Sri Tips on the channel. He synthesizes gold and silver to make it pure, and that chemistry is pure science. And we want to get him on the channel so we can talk about how he started and how he got involved.
Yeah, or vice versa.
We're trying to get him.
Yeah.
All right. Researchers at Karolinska Institutet in Sweden, I don't know if I pronounced that right, Institutet.
You're looking at me.
Have developed nanorobots that kill cancer cells in mice. Again, our friend in mice.
Yeah.
Right? Very interesting. The robot's weapon is hidden in a nanostructure and is exposed only in the tumor microenvironment, sparing healthy cells. So if it was out, it would just be saw cutting and killing all cells. But it's tucked in. When it finds the bad one, it comes out, does it. The study is published July 1st, 2024. That's a while ago. 7 months?
Yeah.
And I just picked it up in the journal Nature Nanotechnology. Would you like to know more? I would.
The research group at the Karolinska Institutet has previously developed structures that can organize so-called death receptors on the surface of cells, leading to cell death. The structures exhibit 6 peptides, amino acid chains, assembled in a hexagonal pattern. This hexagonal nano pattern of the peptides becomes a lethal weapon, and that's explained by Professor Bjorn Holberg at the Department of Medical Biochemistry and Biophysics, Karolinska Institutet, who led this study.
So time out. What just occurred to me is this could be weaponized. I mean, unleash it on an armed force that's on your land.
Opposition in all things.
And it just chews you up, I never thought about
something good becomes in the wrong hands, something bad.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so quote, if you were to administer it as a drug, it would indiscriminately start killing cells in the body. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Which would not be good. To get around this problem, we have hidden the weapon inside a nanostructure built from DNA. The art of building nanoscale structures using DNA as a building material is called DNA origami. That is hilarious. I think that's hilarious. And it's something Bjorn Hugberg's research team has been working on for many years.
Now they've have used the technique to create a kill switch that is activated under the right conditions. Quote, we have managed to hide the weapon in such a way that it can only be exposed in the environment found in and around a solid tumor, he says. This means that we have created a type of nanorobot that can specifically target and kill cancer cells.
That's pretty cool.
That is, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have been waiting for this kind of stuff for a long, long time.
Yeah, just imagine, like you were saying, if the doctor came.
Yeah, if you got the long face from the doctor that you got 6 months and believe me, I'm not one of these guys that says that, doctors know. I mean, I think it's a law of averages. They kind of give you that idea. But I've known people that have beat cancer, if you want to call it that, and lived a lot longer than their original prognosis, I guess it's called, right? But if I got the long face and something like this came along, I'd sign up. I don't care. What do you got to lose, right?
Yeah,
I'm in.
Nothing to lose.
I'm in. Yeah. Try it out on me. Not that I don't have anything against these mice, but try it out on a human. I'm there.
So when you talked about, or when was it I or you talked about the kill switch up here? Was that you? Yeah, that was you. The kill switch reminded me of Stargate Atlantis, the replicators. They were these voracious nano things that built together, and then they just killed, but they had a kill switch.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Yeah. All right. The key is the low pH or acidic microenvironment that usually surrounds cancer cells, which activates the nanobot's weapon. In cell analysis, that's awesome. It senses the bad cell. The bad cell's got that little whatever.
Yeah, because that's opposite of kind of what happens now, right? When they treat you with chemo or whatever, it goes in and, I mean, it pretty much
Goes everywhere.
goes
doesn't
every,
it?
yeah, it's non-selective, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just, yeah, it goes in there and, yeah, that's the bad part about it.
In cell analyses and test tubes, the researchers were able to show that the peptide weapon is hidden inside the nanostructure at a normal pH of 7.4, but that it has a drastic cell-killing effect when the pH drops to 6.5.
Then they tested injecting the nanorobot into mice with breast cancer tumors.
Mice have breast cancer?
Well, I guess they
I didn't
gave
know
it to
that.
them.
Huh.
So,
On Fauci Monkey Island?
yeah, and I would imagine that these are all going to be probably predominantly female mice. So,
Well, that makes sense.
yeah, so this resulted in a 70% reduction in tumor growth compared to mice given an inactive version of the nanorobot. That is huge. That's a huge number, don't you think?
Yeah.
70% reduction.
Yeah.
We now need to investigate whether this works in more advanced cancer models and that more closely resemble the human disease, says the study's first author, Yang Wang, a researcher.
Not making that up.
I hope not.
Not making it up.
A researcher at the Department of Medical Biochemistry and Biophysics at the same institute, Karolinska
Yeah.
Institute. Yep.
Sweden.
Yeah.
The Swedes. Quote, we also need to find out what side effects the method has before we can be tested on humans. That's fair.
I guess.
The researchers also plan to investigate whether it is possible to make the nanorobot more targeted by placing proteins or peptides on its surface that specifically bind to certain types of cancer, like rectal cancer or esophageal cancer.
Pancreatic cancer,
Yeah.
some of the ones that are really,
This is
really nasty.
really promising, don't you think?
Absolutely.
It needs to go into trials.
Every time we talk about this cancer or tests on
Alzheimer's,
cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, any of this kind of stuff, it just, it makes you have hope, right? For people that you know or that you're suffering from or whatever. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. So join us this afternoon. We've got we're going to talk about neutrino generators. That's one of our people led us onto that, and we're going to talk about that what is it, this afternoon? Yeah, we broadcast weird hours, so just so that we don't have to wake up at the butt crack of dawn to broadcast. We could, but we don't want to.
We do not. We're retired.
That's right. We are retired. Okay, thanks, folks. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.